Hello guys and girls and welcome back to a brand new video today for today's Match Prediction Weekly for Match Prediction Weekly 2 for the Premier League. The Premier League only started last weekend, and with all the predictions were being said other than the Tottenham game which they will be playing today. So Leicester versus Tottenham, I'm going to go for a 3-1 win for Leicester City. No, sorry. 3-1 win for Tottenham, so a 3-1 win for them away from home. So going into the first game week, it's Brighton Hove Albion versus Manchester United at 12:30. Yes, Connor, what we saying, lad? You alright, mate? Yeah, so predictions for this game week. Brighton Hove Albion versus Manchester United. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Man United. I think the goal scorers for Man United will be, I think Rashford will get one, and I think Garnacho will get one. And for Brighton, I'm not too sure who plays for them, so I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Man United. Next game is Crystal Palace versus West Ham. Crystal Palace West Ham will be a very good game. Alexa, stop. So, sorry about that. Crystal Palace versus West Ham. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I think both teams will want to get a win, but for me, obviously, Crystal Palace did get beat against Brentford on Sunday, but West Ham obviously got beat against Villa. I think it'll be a 2-2 draw. I think that'll be a great game. Next one is Fulham versus Leicester. I don't know what's going to happen with this game, but obviously Leicester do play Tranmere Rovers on next Tuesday. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Fulham 1, Leicester 1. Next game is Man City versus Ipswich. I think this is going to be an easy game for Man City, and I'm going to go for a 4-0 City win. I think City will want to get the points up, and I think they will against Ipswich, and I think it'll be a 4-0 win for Man City. Next game is Southampton versus Nottingham Forest. I'm going to go for Nottingham Forest win 1-0. Next game is Tottenham Hotspur versus Everton. Very tough game for Everton, obviously getting beat against Brighton. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Spurs. I think Spurs will want to get the win, and obviously, Villa Arsenal on Saturday. That is going to be a great game, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Aston Villa against Arsenal. So I think that would be a great result for them. Obviously, the Sunday games are you've got Bournemouth versus Newcastle. This would be a good game. I'm going to go for 1-1 draw. Bournemouth 1, Newcastle 1. And then Wolves, Chelsea. Obviously, watching Chelsea on the weekend, they were great. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win for Wolves. And then Liverpool versus Brentford. I think Liverpool are going to win this. I'm comfortable. I'm going to go 3-0 Liverpool win against Brentford. So, going to be going into the next game week, and obviously that is for the championship, obviously for that. So we're going to do, hang on, give me a minute. Hang on. Oh, okay. Right, okay. So that one has been done. So we're going to go on to Championship now, obviously they've got some great games for this. And obviously I'm going to be doing it the same as the other one. Share screen that. Yes, thank you. This should work. Right, okay. Right, okay. Right, going into the championship now. The championship is the first game on Friday is Sheffield Wednesday versus Leeds United. This is going to be a good game. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Sheffield Wednesday. I think Sheffield Wednesday will want to get back to winning ways, obviously, after their defeat last weekend. And I just think that'll happen. But I do think Leeds will get a goal. I'm going to go 2-1 Sheffield Wednesday. Excuse me. So going to the next game is Bristol City versus Coventry City. I think this is going to be a real good game. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think both teams will want to win, but I think it'll be a real good game. So 1-1. Hull City versus Hull. And these are 12:30. Hull Millwall. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win for Millwall. 1-0 Millwall win. QPR versus Plymouth. Easy. QPR win 2-0. Easy. Blackburn versus Oxford. I'm going to go 2-0 Blackburn Rovers. Another easy game. I think it will be very easy. And then Middlesbrough versus Portsmouth. Another great game. Obviously, both teams have been in the Premier League. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Portsmouth win at Middlesbrough. I think that'll be a real good win if that happens. Norwich versus Sheffield United. I'm going to go 2-1 Sheffield United against Norwich. Preston versus Luton. I'm going to go for a 3-0 win for Luton Town against Preston. Stoke City versus West Brom. I'm going to go for another shock. Stoke City 1, West Bromwich Albion 0. Sunderland Burnley. I think this is going to be a great game. I'm going to go Sunderland 2, Burnley 4. I think that'll be a great game as well. Then Watford versus Derby. I think Derby will get the win. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Derby County. I think that'll be a really good, some really good points for them if that could happen. So, going into Saturday's games now for League One. Give me a minute. Let me just do this. For League One. Hello guys, so going into League One now, and that is Burton Albion versus Stevenage. This is a 12:30 game. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Burton Albion against Stevenage. I think that'd be a good win. Next is Stockport County versus Bristol Rovers. I'm going to go for a 3-1 win for Stockport County. I think that'd be real good. Barnsley versus Northampton. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Cambridge United versus Blackpool. I think Blackpool needs to get back to winning ways, so I'm going to go for a 1-0 win for Blackpool. Charlton Bolton. I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw. Exeter versus Peterborough. 2-0 Exeter because I think Exeter have been okay. I think people have not been great. So Huddersfield versus Shrewsbury, I'm going to go 2-0 Huddersfield win. I think Huddersfield will completely do it, and I think they will do well. Leyton Orient versus Birmingham City. Now I'm going to go for another. I'm going to go for a shock. Leyton Orient 2, Birmingham City 1. Lincoln Mansfield, I'm going to go for another draw. I'm going to go 3-3. I think that'll be a really good game. Then Wigan versus Crawley. I'm going to go for another draw, 1-1. And then Wrexham versus Reading. I hate to say it, but I think Wrexham will just about get it and done. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Wrexham. So going into League 2 now. So the games for League 2 are going to be going into oh shoot. Hang on, is it? Okay, that's fine. So going into the first game week, obviously I think I did miss one, but I do think. Sorry, first game week is Crewe Alexandria versus Swindon Town. Both teams got absolute battered last week. Honestly, with Crewe losing 5-0 against Stockport and Swindon losing 4-0 to Walsall. And for me, I'm just going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think it'll be a boring game, but I do think it will be one of the games. So going into the next one is Tranmere Rovers versus Walsall. My team. Obviously, I haven't done my preview yet, but it will be out on Thursday. For me, I think this is going to be a really tricky game. Obviously, with Walsall winning 4-0 last weekend. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Tranmere Rovers. I think we will do it, but I don't know the goal scores just yet. So a 2-1 win for Tranmere. Barrow versus Port Vale. Obviously, Port Vale we played last week. I think Barrow won their game last week. I'm not too sure. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win for Port Vale. Bradford versus Bromley, another shot maybe. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Bradford, Bromley, 1-1. Cheltenham versus Wimbledon. I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw. I think it'll be a boring game. Chesterfield versus Salford. I'm going to go 4-0 Chesterfield. I think that'll be really good for them. Colchester versus Harrogate. Obviously, Harrogate joined 3-3 to Accrington Stanley. Colchester winning 2-0 against MK Dons last week. Fantastic result for them. And I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Colchester against Harrogate. Doncaster Rovers versus Morecambe. Obviously, Morecambe got beat last weekend. And Doncaster got beat. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Doncaster Rovers. Next game is Fleetwood versus Gillingham. Gillingham winning last weekend. I think they won about 4-1 against. I can't remember who they played. But yeah. Or was it one? I think, yeah, it was 1-0 at Morecambe. So for me, but they're playing Fleetwood, I'm going to go for 1-1 draw. I think that would be a very close game. Then MK Dons versus Carlisle. I'm going to go for another. No. Excuse me. I'm going to go 1-0 Carlisle. 1-0 Carlisle. Then the last game is Newport County versus Accrington Stanley. I think Newport will win this comfortable. I'm going to go 4-0 win for Newport County against Accrington. Accrington aren't playing that great from what I've seen. But for me, obviously, that they are my predictions. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like and subscribe if you're new. We are on the way to 1,000 subscribers. Can we do that in a few weeks? That would be fantastic. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I will see you guys tomorrow for Tranmere's against Everton under 21s tomorrow. So come on, you boys. Otherwise, super on me. I'll see you guys in a bit. Come on, you boys.